In light of AAPI month, we dove into the history of Japanese internment in the Midwest. The U.S. forcibly relocated and incarcerated more than 120,000 people of Japanese descent during World War II. Reporter Jian Kim talked with a descendant of an internment camp survivor and a leader at a local university that fought to offer education to children of Japanese immigrants.
What was most important to them, they said, was the apology that went along with it.
Mark Saito is a proud descendant of Japanese immigrants. His grandparents moved to the U.S. in early 20th century and had his parents. They were called Niseis, the first generation of U.S. citizens.
My dad's family settled in Seattle, and during the war, they were part of the group that was evacuated away from the West Coast into the internment camps.
His relatives were imprisoned throughout Idaho, Arkansas, and Arizona. Growing up, he's heard the stories of families destroyed.
A lot of fear at the very beginning, uncertainty. My grandmother remembers crying when they had to pack things up. And there's a lot of things that they had, memorabilia, family heirlooms, that they had to destroy. They were afraid that it would be considered contraband.
The toughest part was losing a sense of control, dignity. He hopes future generations will never forget the sacrifice.
When you look like the enemy, they really felt they needed to do something to show they're not the enemy, that they are indeed loyal to America. And I don't want that part of it to be lost.
In hopes to preserve that history, Park University has dedicated a wall to telling the stories of Nisei alumni. Then President William Lindsay Young fought to enroll about 20 Japanese American students from the camps.
On campus, it was great. In the community, not so much. There's a letter behind me from the mayor that basically threatened to shut the college down if we accepted any Nisei students to come.
Eventually, 9 of those students went on to graduate from Park College. Dr. Yamamoto, pictured here, wrote a letter to the school years later, claiming education provided an opportunity to break free of the barbed wires he grew up behind.
So he took some of the compensation from the federal government and gave it back to the university?
Half of the check that he received came to the university, yes.
Wow, that's very powerful.
Yes.
His breaking free is the inspiration for the art on this wall. You can see the barbed wire start to break apart under the portrait of Dr. Young and the Niseis.
I think it was just a choice.
Saito tells me despite the persecution, his ancestors made the choice to let go of their bitter past. He appreciates the strength it took to make sure the pain of that past doesn't become a generational wound.
They just decided, no, it ends here.
Jian Kim, KSHB 41 News.